Hey guys, hey, I'm Filter CC where I'm all about grit, grind, greatness. Don't come for this out. Thank you, God, for joy. All right. Thank you for greatness. Thank you for you just being God. Period. All right. We starting off like that. Anywho, what I was gonna say. I work with many students across different colleges, and I would say this. A lot of people don't know what a SAP is. They say, I flunked my classes and now I can't get financial aid, and they just drop out of college, right? A lot of them drop out because they don't know what to do, right? That was where I came in as a coach and would help college students and show them how to do their, SAP, right? It's called a SAP appeal, and you definitely don't have to just throw in the towel. You can get your SAP appeal. The key to a SAP, and go to my next video because this might be a short. The key to a SAP is mainly, it's early in the morning, and child, I'm keeping my sunglasses on right now because I ain't got no makeup. It's early, so I'm just coming with this truth right now. I ain't thinking about this appearance. I'm coming this information with this SAP. The main thing you want to know about a SAP, you want to be detailed, right? You want to write up your statement, right? Explaining XYZ, and that's a whole nother video on should you drop that class before. I always say this rule of thumb. How do I know? Worked in college, worked with college students. That was part of my job. If you feel like you by midterm, it's called sink or swim. I've been saying it for a minute. I already got videos. Actually, go check out my other videos called Sink or Swim. But I'm going to add this to my college survival guide. And yeah, by midterm, you need to know. Go to my next video. So any hoodle, what I'm saying is by midterm, if you ain't passing that class with flying colors or a strong C, I'm gonna need you first to go to office hours. That's another thing. Go check out my video called How to Master Your Syllabus Like a Boss. How to win in college, right? I go multiple degrees, been there, done there, everything you can have thrown at you. I'm not gonna say everything, but a lot of things, challenges, worked my way through and was able to still navigate through them all, didn't happen to, and was able to pursue my degrees, right, and obtain them. Anywho, I said all that to say, yeah, so the key is doing that drop, going to your professors or whatever, doing your drop, the drop ad. You got your certain drop ad period, right? You got a certain time, but that you need to go ahead and drop that class before you get a penalty. And I always say, always know when your drop ad deadlines are. You got a certain amount of time that you can drop that class before it'll really affect things. Also keep in mind though, if you got financial aid, if you drop below a certain amount of hours, it can affect your aid, right? Most colleges, and if you are ever in doubt, go on campus, especially if you're on campus. Go on campus, go to your FAFSA, go to your financial aid department and talk to them. All right. My other thing is, like I said, if you a SAP though, right? So say you are struggling, like you failed, like say you got a straight up F. Been there, I have done that. But it ain't taking nothing but one time, I think, for me to ever do that. But anywho, I learned real quick. All right. Learn real quick. Anywho, I said all that to say, if your class, basically, if you've like got an F or whatever, and it's saying it's jeopardizing your financial aid, you can do a SAP appeal. Okay, with the SAP appeal, you just want to be detailed. Whether that was, hey, I experienced a financial hardship, and that's why this XYZ happened. Some people, like one of my student, I'm not going to, like I said, definitely not giving any names or anything like that, but while in that role, some people may had to have a surgery. Some people may have had, financial issues to where they it impacted them and they couldn't, it affected their schoolwork and their grades drop, right? So you want to be specific with, a lot of times too, with SAP appeals, if it's relating to something medical, they want documentation. All right, they just wanted something from the, they'll tell you specifically what they want. Whether there's, a letter from a doctor or XYZ. And you can get that SAP appeal, to go through, right? That's a video, but that's a whole nother video within itself. But I definitely wanted to talk. I can't talk about college success without talking about a SAP, because you got to think my channel is definitely one of my pillars. One of my a big part of my audience is first generational college students, right? So in college survival, right? So for y'all that are receiving, financial aid, FAFSA, financial aid, scholarships, stuff like that, you definitely want to know that if you get that F and they say, you're in jeopardy of using your financial aid, you're going to have to do a SAP. Just knowing what a SAP appeal is, right? You can appeal that to get your financial aid back in good standing. Now, also, too, you will have to show, proof, you will have to improve your grades within that next semester. Basically, have to bring your grades up. Once they approve it, then you'll just have to maintain your satisfactory academics, and it's a certain grade point average, right? I know, shout out UNCG. In the state of in North Carolina, we have, and not even just in North Carolina, a lot of universities have that 10-point grading system. Like, I ain't gonna say you get well, anytime a college got a 10-point grading system, it's kind of hard for you not to win. You get what I'm saying? And here's why I say this. C's and D's and C's actually get degrees, right? If you pass that class, you pass that course. But we also do know that some straight up, D after D after D, that can affect your, your financial aid. You do want to be in, stay in within the guidelines of FAFSA. I would say that. So you definitely want to be aiming high. But things do happen, so that's why I'm talking about it. Knowing about a SAP right before the day of. So many people dropped out, and have been, back in 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And now really still, because they still don't really understand SAP. They think, oh, well, my financial aid, I don't have financial aid no more, and I got this F, and now I can't go to school. That's not true. You need to understand about SAP appeal, all right? Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. Like, we don't talk about that. I definitely want to add that into my my college survival series. Is definitely talking about that SAP, talking about the SAP, because most students, they get scared with that F. They think they losing their financial aid, or they get that email. You get what I'm saying? Because your school will notify you, all right? And FAFSA will let you know what time it is. But I will tell you this. They, it's ways to be able to get your SAP, appealed, and to be able to keep your financial aid. And really what that's going to do, it's going to push you to greatness. It's going to push you not to play with your time. Because for some of y'all, that is your ticket. You get what I'm saying? Like, for me, for my education, I know that financial aid and scholarships, that was my doorway. I couldn't play. And if I did play, I guess, I would say this. You can't even say I'm really playing, because the thing is, I work in 2 to 3 jobs. So, of course, I had to still not drop the ball with that, though. You get what I'm saying? I still had to level up and couldn't make excuses, even while working multiple jobs and going to school. So if anybody can tell you, it's me, been there, done that, from someone who went from having, I didn't have a SAP, but I did get Fs, and I was like, could have had easily, flunked out if I wouldn't have woke up real quick. All right. So that's when I had to learn. That's when I became passionate about helping. And I just told God, if you help me through college, and I'm going to help other people through college. And since then, kept going to school, got multiple degrees. And yeah, so that's kind of where my passion came in at, for, helping other people, helping college students, especially first generational college students. So I've been about that life. I'm connected to major, colleges. I go to colleges. I speak to colleges. Like, that's part of what I do. Any hoodle. What else I was gonna tell y'all? So I was talking to y'all too, saying some of y'all, that's your doorway. Don't play with your doorway. And what that SAP, getting that F, I know it hurt your little feelings for a minute, right? But what it's gonna do is it's gonna make you not play with your time. When I tell you I was a boss of my time every second. And even if I would come in contact, like, and I would still be kind to people too. Like, I would still be kind. But if I'd be like, hold on, that person don't drain my time. I can't talk to them right now. I can't go over there right now because I already know how they do that. And knowing too, like, knowing certain relationships, you need a whole day. Like, with them, you already know, because that's how it's going to take about an hour to get there. It's going to take, then they got to get themselves together. They got to go through all the phases. So, with that person, like, when you got these tight deadlines, it's going to be a text with them. Yeah, it is. Because if not, the thing is, you can't really jeopardize. You don't have to, like, get it. You don't have to grind. And I thank God for all that, because what it's going to do is going to push you to know that what you're capable of, right? So when everybody else be like, man, that ain't possible, be like, nah, I know me and I know what's in me and I'm going to get it done. You get what I'm saying? I'll produce. I've already produced. And see, that's what that's going to do. It's just going to push you to not play about your time. It's not, you ain't got to be mean. You ain't got to be angry, but just be like, nah. So if I don't get this, then this is what this is for me. And sometimes you got to show people, hey, you see this academic probation? If I don't get this degree, then they don't pay your bills for you, right? And somebody who truly care about you, they ain't gonna try to drain you for your time anyway. They don't be like, all right, go get it, right? Somebody who really care about you, they don't say, go handle your business. You talk to me later, right? Or I'm praying for you. Do that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to make the decision too, right? Because some people say now, and you got people that are try to question, well, why are you doing this? Why are you going to school? Why you know your path? Ask God, first of all, to show you your path, all right? Make it clear to you, and then you defend it. Like, you be on it. Like, you be like, nah, you ain't coming between me and this vision. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. But, yeah, definitely, that's a whole nother video too, having the right people in your life to where you ain't a telltale sign. If I got to constantly explain my greatness to you, if I got to constantly, I'm trying to get this done, I'm trying to get this degree, and you got to constantly explain it, they don't understand. Like, either they don't understand because they ain't had enough life to experience, and they just kind of living, they ain't say, under a rock. If they don't know, like, the struggle, because anybody who know the struggle or even got an idea of the struggle, they don't say you better handle your business, because they know that they ain't, what can they do for you, right? You better handle your business, because when you looking to them for help, like, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's your responsibility to run the play. All right, it's your responsibility to run the play. Get clear on what it is. If you know that's a degree, people told me, I heard every kind of thing. People didn't understand while I was working 3 jobs, put my son in private school. I could have had 3 cars by now. I could have had, I ain't gonna say my dream house, but money that I put in, investing in, right? So I chose that though, because I know that I was instilling greatness in him, right? I ain't mind paying the price. And what I mean is I didn't mind putting in the work, grinding to pay the cost. Because today, when he walked across that stage, graduating from a top university, well, let me say today, I mean, he's been graduated, but I'm just saying, when he looked at me and said, Mom, thank you for handling your business. Thank you, because most single mom, I ain't gonna say most, but a lot of people, they could have made excuses, right? I had 1,000,001 excuses, but I still bossed up. That's why I say I don't let people play me, because I already know what I've achieved. I already know what I've done when people told me things were impossible. And I ain't gonna make this about me today, because it's really about you and how I want you to keep going. Get clear on your purpose, right? Get clear on the thing that God put in your heart, in your spirit. And if that's a degree, if that's working X amount of jobs to start that business, you do what you got to do, right? Because at the end of the day, it's between you and God. Like, the gifts that he placed in you, like the things that he gave you to handle and do. You ain't got to explain to nobody else. Like, if they don't get it, but that, like I said, that's a whole nother video. Surround yourself around people who get it. They be like, yeah, see, you better go get it. You better go handle your business. Like, what? Yeah, like, why you ain't did that? That's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of people you want to be around, right? Iron sharp as iron. I say that again, like, iron sharp as iron. Stay around somebody that's sharp. That's sharp. Stay around somebody that's like, that's about that life. I'll say that's about that life. When we talking about greatness over here, that's the life we talking about. But yeah, they're about it. They ain't making no excuses. They finding ways, even when it ain't no way. When people tell them it's impossible, they still leveling up. When all odds are stacked against them, they still producing, right? Like, you need at least one of them in your corner. And if you don't have any of them, subscribe to my channel, because I'm one of them. I'm about it, whether you subscribe or not. But yeah, with social media these days, we really don't have any excuse to say, well, I can't find anybody. How many people are on this planet? How many people are on this planet? God waiting for you. All right, the solution already out there. Your tribe already out there. The ones you're supposed to connect with, they already out there. They waiting on you. You got to get up and go find them. You got to get up and go get it. Anywho, though, I won't even go there because I ain't at the park yet. I'm still in the driveway. So we got to put these groceries up and get to where we supposed to be at. Conscious of my time at all times. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.